they're the big don't argue. Get off me, he says. Clear the tarmac. It's takeoff time.
Media Vintage Sports Network presents Play-by-Play Podcast with Jordan Hughes. Play-by-Play Rugby, Super Rugby Round 11 is here, and we are back together. A smaller crew this afternoon. Jordan Hughes with you, alongside me, Tyler Campbell. And our little mate couldn't make it this week. It's been a bit of a shit show of schedules, so he had to work today, didn't he?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's the second one he's missed in about 3 weeks.
What's he doing? He's slack, isn't he?
I don't know, what's your priority at work? You know, paying for your life or podcast?
Well, this is going to be his work soon, the way we're going, mate.
Podcast what we want. But in honour of him, because he's not here,
Okay.
I decided to bring him a jersey of his favourite team to put in his spot for the day.
Oh, good.
So if you look at this, great Chiefs jersey for him. We'll lay that there.
There we go. I'm sure he'll love that. Excellent.
And then also, I bought this hoodie that his auntie gave to me 2 weeks ago. So she's a big Chiefs fan, so we're just going to help him see the light as we get further down the season.
We know how much he loves the Chiefs, so he'll be upset this week. Maybe that's why he didn't come, because the Canes lost last week.
He probably didn't know what to talk about.
Yeah, that's all he's got, isn't
He had no moment of the week this week.
So we missed the big fella. We'll see you next week, Reem. In the meantime, plenty of rugby to get through. We'll touch on quickly last week a little bit, Tyler. So the results through Crusaders 39-0, Tars 22-38. The Chiefs drew a 24-17 over Moana. Brumbies 27-19 over the Canes. The Landers 7-6 over the Force. An absolute stinker that was in the game of the round. The Reds 34, the Blues 41. Any thought of where you want to start?
Crusaders are coming.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, they come.
Statement, eh?
Like, that's a big win, and if you had watched the game, you'd seen the influence Scott Barrett had on that game.
Yeah.
Like, for someone that hasn't played a lot of rugby this year, the impact and change he made to that forward pack and the way they played was off the back of the work rate and the things he was doing. So, scary times, because they're starting to kick into gear, and, you know, they're right in the hunt. That win, I think, puts them only a few points out of the 8. So,
Which is wild.
Very wild. And now they play the Reds at home this week, which is another tough ask for the Reds, especially after a 7-day turnaround of the game they just had. So, yeah, scary times watching the Satyrs come back up the table, especially if you're one of those top teams. You don't want to play them in the first round.
Yeah, obviously the big upset of the weekend was the Brumbies over the Canes. That 2 p.m. kickoff really got the Canes number. I want to talk to you about that last game. The Reds 34, the Blues 41. What an absolute contest.
I was there in the bond box, in the corporate box, a couple of beers deep, and it was one of the best games of footy I've watched this year.
So
you got to feel for the Reds.
Yeah.
I thought they were the dominant team. Timmy Ryan, you know, come the man, come the moment. First start, absolutely killed it. And the Blues sort of just showed they're still that winning side, and that their mentality's changed over the years. And you'd think with the time left when it was going to go to sudden death, you know, quick shift, Caleb Clark, poor defensive read. I can't remember who from the Reds was slightly late, skins them down. Sam Knox scores, and you know, the crowd was electric. You know, there was a lot of Blues fans there, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think they had about 18,000. A lot of Blues fans, a lot of Reds fans. So there's a lot of noise throughout the whole game. And, you know, I don't think I've seen, as I said, Tim Ryan, that last try he scored, the third one, where he's in and out at the halfback and
we made
skinned
Talia look ridiculous.
Like, the crowd was all on their feet. And I think that was Blues fans as well, because the kid had an absolute blinder.
Yeah, it's good to see. Obviously, the Reds, they sort of butchered that. That was a game. Should have at least went to golden point, I thought. Be a couple of decisions there at the end. But Blues continue to show how good they can be.
Yeah, and it shows you how quickly they can put points on. Game could have been a different story, I think, if Caleb Clark starting. I know it's only a winger, but did you see the impact he brought when he came on?
Well, he's starting this week. I
think it might have been his rest week, but he's probably one of the informed wingers in New Zealand rugby. Like, Talia's been good this year, but I think Caleb Clark's actually been the better winger for that Blues team. Like, he's been outstanding.
Well, Clark and Severeid, I'd say, being the two.
Amodi Narawa's come in late, and he's been good.
Yeah, class.
We've got a surplus of wingers, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. So, big weekend of Super Rugby, and we'll get into the new week coming up very shortly. But quickly, Super Rugby Women's, the Waratahs take down the Drua 50 points to 14, just dominant in everything they did.
I think we said that at the start. Yeah. They're just going to be too good. And I think it sucked that they had to play up here away from their fans, which we've touched on.
The crowd looked good, though.
The crowd looked pretty
5,000,
good.
5,000, I think, I said at the end.
So it's good to see them get some support, and they're just too good. Well drilled, been together for a while, and it's what you'd expect.
Yeah, Desi Miller got a hat-trick and Maya Stewart got a double as well. So both those young women in the Wallaroo squad, which got announced this weekend as well. So the Waratahs take down to Rugby Women's Championship once again. A couple of headlines we'll go through before we get into the weekend, Tyler. There's plenty of chat about the Anzac Day Bledisloe. Obviously, the league and the AFL, they have their big days on Anzac Day. What do you think about this idea?
I'm not against it. Thing is, we probably then have to take away a test that's later in the year.
Yeah.
Only reason I say this is New Zealand and Aussie play each other too much in the union. Like, you think about the league, they don't actually play that often. Maybe there's definitely something that should go on Anzac Day in union that's going to bring fans to the field, and obviously that's probably your best one. I know in New Zealand they've talked about a North versus South Island game.
Okay, yeah.
Sort of like a mid-year trial sort of looking thing. But yeah, I think I'd like to see it, but it can't be another test added on to the amount of times New Zealand and...
It'd still be part of their three, but they sort of come together on the Sunday, that's the rugby, and then 1 week to prep.
Yeah, because I know in years past they've done four games in a year for the Bledisloe.
Really?
They've done... I think they've cut it down to 2.
It's only
2 this year, so a third wouldn't be too bad. But I just feel like for the Wallabies constantly playing the All Blacks, it's not good for your confidence, and you're probably on the back foot a lot, especially if you're going over and playing in Eden Park. Like, that's a fortress, and it's just another loss to the tally. And you know, Joe Smith might turn this all around, but it's going to be a process, and you don't want to be playing the top teams every week. You want to have those games, you know, where you get to build into it. Like, if they're going to have a good series, I think, against Wales, I think that's going to be exciting to watch. Yeah,
but I just imagine like a spectacle, let's say Suncorp Stadium on the 2 p.m, 3 p.m kickoff on Anzac Day. It'd be blockbuster. 60,000 people there. It'd be unreal. So plenty of chat about that. All the news I'm hearing is the Rebels are going to be gone in next year. RA don't think they're going to vote in their support. I think they're happy to see them go. Thoughts?
Well, I think it comes from RA being 9.5 mil in debt last year.
That was my next note. Yeah, $9.2 million loss.
I think if Rugby Australia had the money to support them, they would. Because having more professional sort of pathways, obviously, is the goal for Australian rugby to grow. But they obviously aren't in that place right now. I don't know how the investor side of things are going. I know there was chats about different things, but it just ended up being a massive shambles. And then you see things like Carter Gordon potentially looking at going to the Titans.
Yeah, what the hell?
So, sucks for Aussie rugby, but they've got to, I guess, make the best financial decision and then probably put some more money into the grassroots to try and get the game growing again.
Well, yeah, on the grassroots, what came out of that annual report was viewership for the game was actually quite decent. So club rugby was up, in Queensland was up 18% and Shoot Shoe was up 35% year on year. So club rugby, the product, people are watching it and it's tuning in. Also, the World Cup numbers are really good. 450,000 Australians tuned in on Channel 9 for that World Cup final. 365,000 for that Welsh pool game. So the support is there. It's just, financially we need to sort some things out.
Yeah, and hopefully seeing that support, we can get some better TV deals in the next changeover. I don't know when that is.
I think Stan's got 1 more year.
1 more year. Because I think that's where Aussie Rugby sort of lost a bit of money when they went away from Fox Sports.
Well, they need to get on more, like trying to more free-to-air stuff, obviously.
Ideally, they get Channel 10 or something that doesn't really have too much sport going on, so they can have a free-to-air channel that people can tune in and watch.
Yeah, I personally like the Stand, what they've done. I think they've done a good job.
Oh, 100%. It's good having the club games.
They have every rugby in the world on there pretty much you can watch. But I think Channel 9 need to try and have more games on free-to-air.
Like a 9 gem sort of setup.
Well, there was chat this year about trying to have every the match of the round of Hospital Cup on Channel 9 every week on Gem. So I reckon that will happen eventually. And then, obviously the one Super Rugby game a week on Channel 9. We'll get a couple more, but so we'll see what pans out. Anyway, so plenty of chat there, plenty of headlines. So we'll get into the tipping, Tyler. So we are locked up. This is a perfect week once again, mate. So I've gone back-to-back perfect weeks.
Perfect weeks?
Yeah, 4 from 4 and then 6 from 6. I'm on 33 from 53. Tyler, 33 from 53. And ran out in front, 38 from 53. So we're catching him.
Yeah, I've got to put my hand. A couple of mistakes trying to catch Rian's really pulled me down here.
Yeah, it's tough. So we're on the way back there. Let's check the ladder before we get into our weekly preview. The Canes are on top on 37 points. The Blues 36, Brumbies 31, Chiefs 28, Rebels 24, the Reds in 6, 23, the Drua 17, the Landers sneaking in the top 8 on 15 points. So, and then obviously the Crusaders are just hunting not far behind. But it's good to see the Brumbies still holding the fort there in that third spot.
Brumbies did well, and full credit to them for that bounce back.
Yeah.
Like a lot of teams could have come out and folded there going against the top of the table, but they managed to turn it around in the week. And I guess in the inclusions of Alatoa and Linnea Cattell did help. That's just world-class players. So Brumbies are looking good, and probably they're still the best team in Aussie.
Absolutely, they are. Okay, let's get into it. Tonight, it kicks off once again. The Hurricanes taking the Waratahs. The Hurricanes $1.06. So the Waratahs $8.50. The Lions 18.5. Parisi gets a start. Billy Proctor is captain. Josh Morby and Bailey Sullivan on the wings. And Will Harrison gets his first crack at 10 for the Tars.
In
Wellington.
Oh, yeah, Hurricanes.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I just think after a loss like that, when you're a quality team, you come back together and, you can become complacent when you're winning so many in a row. And you have that game that's going to be like, okay, we're not as good as we thought we were. Let's kick back into gear. Let's work hard. Let's do what we need to do. And, I just think the Tars, unfortunately, have bumped into them at the wrong time after a loss like that. So I'm saying Canes 13+ here.
Yeah, it's tough. So 2015 is the last time the Waratahs won in Wellington. The Canes have scored a minimum of 25 points in their last 4 games at home. Canes too good. I will take the over as well. 18.5. What do you see on that? I reckon the Waratahs might get within that. It's like a 40. I don't know.
If I was betting, I'd probably bet on the Canes to cover that line.
You reckon? Yeah, it's hard to bet.
I just think they're going to be on fire. They're going to be hurting from a loss like that. And the bounce backs normally, with the talent they have and the forward pack they have, will be quite surreal.
Yeah, so all on the Canes, and Reen will join us as expected on the Hurricanes to get that one done. Next up, the Rebels at home taking on the Auckland Blues. $5.50 the Rebels, $1.14 the Blues. The Lions 14.5, the over-unders 58.5. Tupou, Leota, Proctor all start. Your man Caleb Clark comes back into that starting lineup as well.
The Rebels didn't show me much last week.
No.
And that worries me. But they have been better when they're at home.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be able to match the physicality and speed of the Blues here.
I think it's almost must-win for the Rebels to confidence and to stay in that top 4. It's a really important game.
Yeah, and I just think losing to the Crusaders like they did, they probably went over there thinking it was going to be not an easy win, but that they should have won it, and they've lost by 39 points. So they could have a bit of fire in the belly and something to motivate them a bit more, but I just think the Blues have too much firepower. And I don't think the Rebels are as good defensively as a team like the Reds was. So, yeah, I've got to back the Blues here. And I'm actually expecting a big one from Rieko Ioane.
Yeah, okay.
He's been quite quiet, but only because he's been doing all the tough stuff sort of in the midfield, and I just think there's going to be a bit more space there this week, so I'm expecting him to maybe dot down for 1 or 2 tries.
Yeah, I like that. My sort of best bet of the weekend is sort of the over in this matchup. The Rebels have scored 40-plus points in their last 3 or 4 at home, and as we know, the Blues can score points as well, so it can be a bit of a shootout, especially after last week. The Rebels will want to attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blues too good for me, and I'll go Rebels plus the 14.5, keep within 2 tries, which is a bit nerve-wracking, but Ryan's on the Blues. You'll join me, Blues?
Yeah, Blues.
Yeah, too good. This one's a bit of an iconic game and a history-making game. Moana Pacifica take on the Highlanders. Moana $1.68, the Landers $2.20, the Lions 2.5, and this one is in Tonga, which is very exciting.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Christian Lee Leofano gets a start at 10. Havili goes to 15. Cam Miller back at 10. They've really chopped and changed that 10 jersey for the Landers, but yeah.
I think he got injured again last week.
Patrol. Fuck, it's annoying, isn't
I
it?
saw him come off with like his thing in
I didn't really watch
his shoulder.
That game sucked.
Oh, that game was horrible.
Sucked. But yeah.
But yeah, he went off injured.
So the Landers, what am I going to say? Oh, it was 35-21 when he started his last met in round 1. So it was somewhat close. Landers got the job done at home.
Yeah, in Tonga.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I'm going to back Moana here. It reminds me of that sort of when Fiji is in Fiji.
Yeah.
Like they're going to have a lot of crowd support. There's going to be a lot of people down there sort of chee-hooing them on.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of chee-hoos. So for that, I'm going to stick and back Moana here, and I'm expecting a big game from their wingers. Both their wingers have been solid this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, expecting a big one from them, and I just think the crowd support's going to push them over the line.
Yeah, I'll join you there. I reckon Moana will get this done here. Big result for them. I like William Harvey back at 15 too. He can just sort of pop up and link up these outside backs a bit more.
He's more of a 15.
Yeah.
Like I think he's playing 10.
Playing 10, yeah.
But he attacks like a 15 at 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'll join you there, Moana. I'll take the minus to 2.5. Ryan's on the Landers here. He reckons they'll get it done. I'm sure he doesn't know it's in Tonga, but
We won't tell him.
yeah.
I mean, doesn't do his research. He gets his picks off our research.
He's interesting bloke, that guy.
We don't really like him.
So yeah, the Landers for Ryan. Let's go up to the Crusaders taking on the Reds. The Crusaders $1.28. The Reds $3.75. The line is 9.5 in Christchurch. Obviously, the Crusaders bounce back in a big way. Lee Halfpenny gets his first crack at 15. Exciting. David Harvilli
At 10.
McWright's back. Timmy Ryan and Matt Greeley on the wings. And Lawson Crichton gets a chance in the Reds 10 jersey.
You said Fraser McWright's back.
Yep.
No Tate?
No.
He's got another week. This is a tough one. Because for both these teams, for me, it's, well, not do or die for the Reds, but it's how legit of a contender can you be?
Yep.
I think the experience you see now in the Crusaders team with Havili at 10, Lee Halfpenny, Johnny McNichol, like, it is a bit of a retirement home there. Like, they are getting up in age, but it's tough to go either way. I think McWright's a big inclusion, but I think losing Tommy Lyon is huge. I think he's been great for them. So, off that, I hope, Lawson has a good game. I want to see that form he had in our QPR last year come out in the Super Rugby domain because he's got the talent to do it. But I'm going to back the Crusaders here solely because they're at home. They've beaten the Chiefs at home now. They've flogged the Rebels at home. The only team that's beat them at home is the Hurricanes in that last, it was like end of game.
Yeah, they butchered it. They should have won that.
They butchered it, yeah. So, got to go with the Crusaders. Main reason being they're at home, and I just think Scott Barrett, Havili, Halfpenny, there's a lot of talent and a lot of experience in that team now.
Yeah, so the Reds have lost their last 5 in Christchurch. I saw a stat. I think they haven't beaten the Crusaders in like over 8 years or something. Like, it's just been a tough trot.
Big test, I reckon, for Hunter Paisami.
Yeah.
Because he's been great all year.
He's been the main man.
And now he gets a chance to go up against another New Zealand team. And I just think if he keeps performing against NZ teams, there's no doubt he gets that 12 jersey for the Wallabies.
Right, he should get it.
He was great against the Blues again last week.
Yep.
Was great against Moana. He's just been good great against the Highlanders. Now he gets to go up against all those big forwards and big names from the Satyrs. If he's great again this week, you just got to hand him the 12 jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big test. But I will go the Crusaders to win. What do you think margin-wise? Between the Reds? Like, this is the best chance to beat the Crusaders ever.
I don't think it'll be more than 10 points.
Line's 9.5.
Like, 9.5.
Yeah.
Well, under the line.
On
then.
the money, yeah.
Yeah. So I should be a bookie.
You should, mate. You're picking it.
Yeah. I'd say, I reckon the Reds cover the line here. I reckon it's a close game.
Yeah, close encounter. Crusaders play 1-12. I'm excited to see Halfpenny get a crack. I've always liked him, watching him play.
Oh, he'll goal kick for them too, won't he?
Yeah, true.
Expect them to take a lot of points.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Havili goal kicks, but he's not
He's
a
not
renowned.
Halfpenny. Halfpenny can shoot.
Yeah, Halfpenny.
50.
Oh, yeah. Expect Crusaders to tick the points over here.
Yeah, absolutely. So go Crusaders to win. Ryan's gone the Reds here to win. So you hopefully get a chance to maybe get him back, or we might go further ahead. We'll see. So let's move on to our next matchup. The Chiefs and the Western Force in Hamilton. $1.02 of the Chiefs, very short odds, and the Force are $12. The line's 12.5.
The line's only 12.5.
22.5. Sorry.
I was going, oof.
Yeah, sorry, 22.5. The Force haven't beaten the Chiefs anywhere in the world since 2014. Rona on the wing, a couple of changes at lock for the Chiefs. And the Force, Jeremy Williams comes in, Isaac Fines gets a start as well.
Chiefs to cover the line here.
Yeah, Chiefs by a lot.
And this is not the bias of me, maybe a little.
Maybe a little, yeah.
But the Chiefs have been really good at home and really good against teams they should beat. Like you saw them, they were pretty good last week against the Tars away. But when they've played teams at home, they've been unreal. Like you look at the game against Moana, they get their fans, the cowbells start going. No better sound.
Yeah.
The cowbells start going, and for some reason it lifts them. I think Sean Stevenson is a big loss, but Nanai Satoru was obviously Dwayne Monkley medalist, so the top of the Mitre 10 or NPC at fullback. So they don't really lose anything there. Daniel Rona's been great. So for me, it's Chiefs by plenty here.
Yeah, I agree. The Western Force have never won in Hamilton in their existence. I go the Chiefs to win and Chiefs to cover. The last two between these two, the margins have been 33 and 43. So the trends would suggest it should be a bit of a hiding.
Any try scorers?
I'll go our man Nadawa on one wing. And what do you reckon?
I think Cortez is always good for one.
Yeah.
Great support player as a 9. He's quite quick and strong. But
He's one for you to the fourth score of try.
What's
They were for the fourth score a try.
ooh,
Because last time they played the Blues, they were shut out. Can they get on the board?
maybe one.
Maybe one.
Because the Chiefs will get up and start chucking it around like they always do. They love playing exciting rugby, especially when they're up. So there'll be a point where they make a mistake, and I think the Force dot down for one. Hopefully Findsy. I'd love to see Finds get the...
I'm glad he's getting
get
a crack too. All right, and Rians has joined us once again on the Chiefs for him. Then our final match of the round, the Brumbies at home taking the Fijian Drua. The Brumbies $1.12, the Drua $6. The Lions 14.5. Alan Alatoa is captain. Frost, Hooper, Brown, Muirhead, and Goddard all in the side for the Drua. Ravil Talmunda moves to the 15 jersey. The Brumbies have never lost to the Fijian Drua.
Brumbies get it done here. At home,
It'd be cold.
coming off a big win. I
Fucking
think
cold there too.
It'll be a bit of a shock for, I think, the Drua boys, and they just haven't travelled well. Like, I'd love to see them start winning those away games.
Yeah.
Because if they did, they'd be a top 4 side.
Mm-hmm.
But they just haven't been able to be as successful away as they are at home. So, got to give them the nod here.
Yeah.
To the Brumbies, sorry.
Yeah, I agree. Brumbies to win. Rian also agrees Brumbies to win. It was 43-23 last time these two sides met in Canberra. I would do expect plenty of points. I like Andy Muirhead for a try for me personally. Anything that stands out for you?
Love to see Lenny Ikatel get over.
Okay, yep.
Second game back,
Yep.
or maybe third. Coming off that left foot of his, nice right-hand fend.
Mm-hmm.
Come near the line and scores.
Yeah, I like that. And then one of the Drua wingers are always good for at least one to get over, generally, if they can get on the board. So that's where we see things for Super Rugby round 11, all in the Brumbies there. Our only differences, I think me and you are all in
We're
agreement.
the exact same here, Matt.
Yeah, and then Rian's gone the Reds and the Landers. So we had a chance to get him back here, or he's going to go further ahead. So we'll see how it pans out there. We'll touch on just before we head off. I'll keep it short and sharp this week. Club Rugby tomorrow taking on the GPS Gallopers back at home. First win last weekend. Happy with that, and big test tomorrow.
Yeah, it's always good to sort of get that first win. I think, last week if we didn't get that win, you start to go, panic, and you start forcing yourself to say, I need this win. And you saw it a little bit with the Crusaders, if you're looking at the Super Rugby side of things. And then they got that win and they started playing a lot better.
Yeah.
So for us, obviously good to get that win. Probably wasn't the complete performance we wanted. A few things didn't go our way, and I think we ended up making 100 extra tackles than North, so we spent a lot of time on D because we just weren't getting things right. So happy to guts that one out, but obviously new challenge tomorrow. Jeeps are 3 out of 4 games. They got a good forward pack. We got some good players at Matt Jekyll. They're 7, outstanding footballer.
Aubrey's at 15, I think.
Aubrey's back for them. So I guess for us, we just got to lock in and front up physically, and so if we can win that battle, win our set piece, then I think we'll go a long way to competing in this game. But obviously we won't know till tomorrow what the weather's doing. It looks like it might rain, which could change a few things. So looking forward to it. And yeah, it's always a good battle against Jeeps. I know they'll be out to get one back on us after we sort of knocked them out of playoff contention last year. So if it was me, I wouldn't forget it. And I know there'll be some competitors in that team that'd be the exact same game. Remember when they beat us last year to knock us out? And so they'll come out firing. So we've got to match that intensity.
Absolutely. So it should be an absolute cracker there. So if you're on the Gold Coast, head down to Bond Uni tomorrow and check out the boys in action, Rian and
305.
305 kickoff.
At the Canal.
Place to be. We'll wrap things up there. Super Rugby round 11 in the books. We'll have the band back together next week, breaking it all down. We thank you for your company once again. Like and subscribe, follow along, a bit of comments, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.